You think your baby only remembers big moments? But their brain is shaped by what you repeat when you are tired and not paying attention. In this video, you will see 10 ordinary things you do every day that are building your baby's emotional wiring. You are holding your baby in one hand. Your phone is in the other. A message comes in, and you glance down. You know you should look back up, but you tell yourself it is only a second. Your baby is already looking at your face, not for attention, for response. What happens in that small gap is not behavior. It is the beginning of how their brain learns safety, attention, and emotional control. And most parents repeat that moment hundreds of times without realizing what it is building. They are the very first bricks shaping your child's world. Every single day, you call your baby's name dozens of times while feeding, changing diapers, or just walking past. You think it is just a normal everyday habit? In reality, your baby does not hear a noun at all. You say their name every day, but they are not hearing a word. To a child who cannot read yet, a name is not language. That innocent little brain is just silently linking the sequence of sounds to your tone of voice, scanning for signals of safety. How you pronounce that name, whether it is gentle, rushed, or frustrated, directly builds their self-image. Many parents suddenly wake up and realize, I never thought calling their name mattered this much. Look directly at this truth. That word is not communication. It is construction. The cost here is heavy. A child's self-worth becomes entirely dependent on the frequency and emotional tone they receive through your voice. You accidentally repeat a nagging tone? The child will define themselves as a nuisance. You are not naming them. You are shaping how they feel about themselves. And once identity forms through voice, your face becomes the next signal they scan. Every morning, the moment they open their eyes, the first thing your baby does is look straight at your face. You think it is just an innocent gaze of a waking child? Before your baby understands words, they read your face like survival data. An infant brain instantly scans the microsignals on your face to assess safety. The very first facial expression you show early in the morning sets the emotional baseline for their entire day. Many parents suddenly wake up and realize, I did not realize my morning face mattered this much. Look directly at this truth. They are not greeting you. They are scanning safety. If you wake up with exhaustion, stress, or an accidental frown, the child's attachment system immediately triggers an alarm. Their emotional regulation depends entirely on the emotional predictability of the caregiver. Your face becomes their first emotional map of the world. But that safety breaks instantly the moment your attention shifts away. Every time your baby looks up at you, but your mind is busy scrolling through your phone or replying to a message, you think you are just checking something quickly? In reality, your baby is experiencing abandonment. Your baby looks at you, but your attention is somewhere else. When you stare at a screen, your face completely loses expression. In psychology, this triggers a dangerous effect called the still face response, causing the child to instantly panic and gradually withdraw. Every ignored glance teaches the child that emotional absence is normal. Many parents suddenly wake up and realize, I thought I was just checking something quickly. Look directly at this truth. They are not competing with your phone. They are losing connection. The cost here is a silent wound. The child reduces their healthy attention-seeking clarity and develops deep patterns of emotional insecurity. Absence does not need to be loud to be learned, and when absence hurts, crying becomes the next signal system. When that cry rings out, what do you do? Do you rush over immediately or let them cry for a little longer? You think it is just a normal, comforting response? In reality, your reaction is programming the child's belief system. A cry is not noise. It is a question. Your baby's brain is silently mapping your reliability as a parent. When you respond, the child learns that distress always leads to safety. But if you ignore it or react unpredictably, their future ability to regulate stress will be completely fragmented. Many parents suddenly wake up and realize, I did not know my reaction was being stored like this. Look directly at this truth. You are not calming behavior. You are building trust. The cost here is heavy. Every response becomes a prediction in their nervous system. But trust is not only built in crisis. It is built in touch. Those moments you hold, rock, or keep skin-to-skin contact during comfort times. You think you are just holding a baby to stop them from crying? In reality, your touch regulates a system they cannot control yet. Your arms are not support. They are regulation. As skin meets skin and warmth spreads, the infant's fragile body automatically synchronizes with the caregiver's rhythm. You are their external calm before internal calm exists. Without this consistent physical co-regulation, their future capacity to self-soothe will be severely delayed. Many parents suddenly wake up and realize, I was just holding them. But it is so much more than that. Look directly at this truth. They borrow your stability until they can build their own. The cost here is their future emotional instability if they lack meaningful embraces. And it is not just skin. Even your voice carries emotional data they decode instantly. When you speak on the phone, while stressed, or argue with someone in the room, you think your baby is too young to understand, and those words are not even directed at them? In reality, your tone of voice is transmitting emotional data that your baby can clearly feel. Your baby does not understand your words, but they understand your tone. An infant's brain is so sensitive that it detects the pitch and tension in a parent's voice. They use it as a compass to measure the safety of their environment. When you speak with frustration, even to someone else, the child instantly goes on high alert. Many parents suddenly wake up and realize, I did not mean anything bad, but they still reacted with fear. Look directly at this truth. Your voice is not communication. It is atmosphere. The cost here is heavy, as chronic exposure to this tension increases their baseline emotional sensitivity later in life. They hear your nervous system, not your sentence. And when fear appears, they search your face again for meaning. When a child falls, they do not check for pain first. The very first thing they do is look straight at you instantly. You think it is just a normal response looking for comfort? In reality, your reaction defines how the child interprets danger. They fall, but they are not checking pain first. The baby's brain is using the caregiver's expression to measure the severity of the threat. If you panic, gasp, or show visible fear, the child learns this is a disaster and instantly cries out. Conversely, if you maintain a calm presence, they learn that the situation is entirely under control. Many parents suddenly wake up and realize, I did not realize my reaction shaped their fear. Look directly at this truth. They are not reacting to the fall. They are reacting to you. The cost here is heavy. The child's future pattern of regulating fear becomes entirely dependent on external triggers. Your face decides whether fear grows or fades. But fear is not the only environment shaping them. Background sound is constant. Your home is always filled with familiar sounds. The TV playing in the living room, faint music, or low conversations from the kitchen. You think those background noises have no effect on a child playing quietly? In reality, the auditory environment of your home is continuously shaping your child's brain wiring every single second. Your home is always speaking, even when you are not. An infant's brain constantly absorbs and maps the patterns of language and rhythm from its surroundings. To a young child, silence is not empty. It is also input. If the living space is too chaotic with noise pollution, their future capacity for attention and processing speed will vary deeply based on that quality. Many parents suddenly wake up and realize, I did not think background noise mattered. Look directly at this truth. Everything they hear becomes part of how they think. The cost here is their future fragmented focus, if they are raised in a constantly loud environment. And what you say directly to them will begin to shape language itself. Those moments you sit and chat, narrating daily life to your baby. You think you are just talking to yourself because the child cannot answer back yet? In reality, your responsive talking is directly building their cognitive structure. They cannot reply, but they are building language from you. Through repetition and response patterns, the baby's brain strengthens its language mapping deeply. Many parents ask themselves, they do not answer me, but why do I still talk? Look directly at this truth. Every word you say is building their thinking. The cost of reducing this verbal interaction is a delayed expressive development later in life. They are not learning words, they are learning thought. And the final imprint happens when everything slows down. Those late-night moments when you hold your baby in the dark, rocking in silence. You think you are just helping them close a long day and drift off to sleep? In reality, this final emotional state is being encoded into permanent memory. Before sleep, everything slows down, and everything becomes permanent. The baby's brain consolidates and stores the entire emotional state during the sleep transition. Many parents gently smile and realize this is the calm they will remember without ever knowing it. Look directly at this truth. You are not ending the day. You are storing it. The cost of letting them sleep in tears or frustration is forming a lifelong baseline of emotional insecurity. The last moment of today becomes their default feeling of safety tomorrow. What shapes your baby is not what you teach. It is what your nervous system repeats when you are not thinking about teaching. Most of parenting happens in those unintentional moments. Some parents react before they notice. Some parents notice before they react. The difference is not knowledge, it is awareness inside the moment. You are not building behavior, you are building the patterns behind behavior. Right one moment, you recognized yourself in this video. Not to judge it, just to see it clearly. If this made you pause even once, there will be more moments like this here. What you do without thinking becomes what they never forget.